Good evening, Kushi.
Good evening, ma'am.
So today we have just started with the first topic, that is subject-verb agreement. Okay. Right. So I am giving up a few sentences. Okay. Right. So I have written these sentences. Okay. The boy wants to participate in the competition. The boys want to participate in the competition. The child is looking through the window. The children are looking through the window. Now, tell me the subjects in all these sentences and then the verbs which have been used in all these sentences. In the first sentence, now Lavanya, you tell me the first and the second. Kushi will tell me the third and the fourth. Kushi, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Tell me the first and the second. Lavanya, you tell, and third and fourth. Kushi. First, the subject is the word, right? What is the verb over here? Participate. No. What is the verb? Verb means action words. Now, verbs can be of two types that I'll describe later. Now, tell me in the first sentence, the boy is the subject. You're right. What is the verb over here? Watch. Correct. So, this is the verb. Second sentence, the same thing. Right? In the second sentence, also, the subject is the boys. Yeah. And want is the verb. Right? Kushi, third and fourth, subject and the verb here in these two sentences.
Subject is the child,
And
and the children.
here the verbs.
The verbs is looking and are looking.
Right. Now, what do we mean by the subject? Subject is that word, okay, which is the doer of the action. Okay. So the boy wants to participate in the competition. The boy wants to do something. Correct. So the boy is the doer of the action in this particular sentence. The most important, usually the subjects are the nouns or the pronouns are usually the subjects. Okay. Usually. At times the participle can also become a subject, but that is a different thing. We will discuss it later. So usually the subject is the nouns and the pronouns, they become the subject. Okay. So he or she is the doer of the action, or they is the doer of the action. And the verb, what are verbs? Now verbs can be of two types. Okay. The main verb, there can be different types of verb, but depending on its usage, it can be divided into the main verb and the auxiliary verbs. Or they are also called as helping verbs. Okay. Now, what are the main verbs? The main verbs are usually of the literal meaning, like, sleep, walk, talk, what else, run, right, want. All these are main verbs. All the action verbs, the original verbs. Okay, all the action words are known as the main verbs. What about the auxiliary verbs? The auxiliary verbs, they do not have a literal meaning, but they are used they are used along with the main verbs to bring about the tenses, the time when it is happening in that particular sentence. So, and also the number, it also shows the number. So they are the auxiliary verbs. They just help the main verbs. Okay. Now, write down these auxiliary verbs. Now, auxiliary verbs can be be verbs. Now, this is very important. Write down the auxiliary verbs. It can be be verbs. It can be do verbs. It can also be have verbs. Okay. Be verbs, do verbs, and have verbs. HAVP. Okay, written. Now, what do we mean by be verbs? Again, be verbs. Write down the examples. This is very important because this comes in tenses also. You know, in bracket, be. What are those? Am, is, are, was, were. These are usually the be verbs. P, W, and V can also come under it. You need to memorize this. Am, is, are. So I am a student. He is a student. They are students. Right? Past tense of am and is was. Right? He was a student last year of the school. They were the students of the school last year. Okay, so are the past tense of are is were. Right? So am, is, are, was, were, and then been is also used. This is used in the passive voice. Okay, those we will discuss later. This part you have to memorize. Okay. Now do verbs, you have do, you have does, and the past tense of it is did. Right? Now can you tell me the have verbs? Uh, one is have. I have a book. He has
Had.
and the past tense is had. These are all the helping verbs. Okay. Other than that, you know, in auxiliary verbs, you also have the modals. Okay. Now, why I'm not discussing about the modals is because modals don't change. So it doesn't come under subject verb agreement. Okay. The modals are never affected by the change of the subject. So therefore, we will not discuss the modals now. Modals will keep it for some other chapter. But modals are not important for this subject verb agreement. Okay. Now suppose, let us come again back to this. If I say I, then I am using am along with it, right? If it is he is what kind of a subject? Is it a singular subject or a plural subject? He means he refers to one person or many people. One person. Right? So it is a singular subject. So with singular subject, we are supposed to use is. Right? The moment I change he into they, I have to use are. For present tense, were for past tense. Correct? So whenever I am changing the number of the subject from singular to plural or from plural to singular, I have to change these auxiliary verbs also. Right? Correct? Similarly, with this also, does also. He does not do the work. They do not do the work. Correct? So do goes with the plural. Number does go with the He does not do the work. That means does comes with he is what kind of a subject, singular or plural? Singular. So with singular subject, we use does, right? With plural subject, they do not do the work. With plural subject, we use. Similarly, here also have, has. I have done the work. They have done the work. He has done the work. Correct? Right? So this part is clear. Yeah. Now let us now let us come to this one, the main verbs. Auxiliary verbs are clear. Now let us come. Before that, let me tell you. So, what is subject verb agreement? It means if the subject is singular, the verb should also be singular. If the subject is plural, the verb should also be plural. So, the verb should agree with the subject. So, that is the meaning of subject verb agreement. The verb and the subject should be in an agreement. They should agree with each other. Okay, it should not happen like this, that the subject is singular and the verb is plural. Okay, over here, see the child. What is the number of the subject? Singular or plural? Number means whether it is one or many. Singular or plural. Child is singular, therefore I have used is over here, right? Children is plural, so I have used are over here, right? So the subject is singular, verb is also singular, subject is plural, the verb is also, right? Coming to these two, can you tell me which one is a singular verb and which one is not a singular verb, plural verb? These are the main verbs. These, the auxiliary part is clear. Now let us come to the main verbs. When do you think the verb is a singular and when do you think the verb is a plural? Looking at this structure, wants is a verb, want is a verb. So when I say the boy is singular or plural? Singular. Singular.
Yeah.
I have used wants. So wants become, is it a plural verb or a singular verb?
Singular.
It is actually a singular verb. So you always remember with the main verbs. Now, see, these two are very different. With the nouns, with the subjects, if I add s, then it becomes plural. But if I add s to a verb, it becomes singular. Okay? Remember this thing. This is very, very important. Okay, don't confuse this part. So with the boy, I use wants because wants with an S, the verb with an S is a singular form of the verb. And the noun without an S is a singular noun. Correct? Over here, the boys, the moment I say the boys, that means many boys are there. The moment I add S, it becomes plural. But when I remove s from the verb, then it becomes a plural. Okay, remember this. The noun and the verb, they have just opposite, uh, conjugation when it comes to s of the pluralization. Okay, clear? This is clear. Now let us see. The main part of the subject verb agreement is to identify whether the subject is singular or the subject is plural. Okay, now depending on that, we will change the verb. So the main challenge is to identify whether the subject is singular or not. Okay. Now let us see. There are many rules to it. Let us see. Now let us look into the first. Whenever, if there are two subjects, Okay, they are joined by and. Let us see. Ram and Rahul what do I have? Kushi, what do I write over here?
Ram and Rahul are going to the market.
Why are Lavanya Chetri? Why not is? Because they are same person? No. They are two different people. So Ram is 1 plus 1. So more than 1, therefore it is a plural number, are going to the market. Fine. I'll give you a second sentence. The principal and the poet attend the principal and the poet dash attending the conference. The principal, the principal and poet dash attending the conference. Write down these two sentences and then you will tell me what would be the answer and what is the difference between these two sentences. Write down these two sentences first. The principal and the poet dash attending the conference. The principal and poet dash attending the conference. Right now. These two are two different sentences. Answer is also different. So we need to identify the difference. Tell me what is the difference between these two sentences? Is there any difference that you can point out in these two sentences? The second one is the poet and the third one is only poet. Yes. Is there any difference in the meaning? See, here I have put the poet, here I have skipped the poet. Is there any difference in the meaning when I do that? There is. Yeah. Okay. What is that? When I say the principal and the poet, the principal is one person, the poet is another person. Okay. So the principal and the poet is one person, the principal is another person. They both attend the, so dash attending the conference. And what would I write over here? Are attending the conference. But when I do not use the for the second one, that means the principal and poet are the same person. The same person is the principal as well as he is also a poet. Okay, so here referring to one person. Therefore, A is attained. Clear? Okay, so the rule goes like this, that when two nouns or two nouns are joined by and, it becomes plural. But when the two nouns refer to the same person, then it becomes a singular subject. And therefore, it is followed by a singular verb. Clear? Am I clear? Kushi, clear? Okay. Now let us come to, so here we have seen referring to the same person. Now I'll give you more examples which will show you that the two nouns not only refer to one person, they can also refer to same idea and one object. So here we have given example of person. Now we will see one idea and one object. Write down these four sentences. Now, Kushi, tell me the answer to the first one, and Ravine, you will tell me the answer to the second one.
Ma'am, bread and butter is my favorite breakfast.
Now, why is it so? Can you tell me why is, why not are?
Ma'am, because bread and butter, like,
Yeah,
it's
we
like
don't
we eat it
have,
together.
Yes, right. So we don't eat bread and butter separately, but we eat it together. So so it is referring to one object. Correct? Right? So that is why, though there are two different nouns, bread is one noun, butter is another noun, they are joined by and, but still here they are referring to one object and therefore it is followed by a singular verb. Fine. Coming to law and order. Law is a different noun. Order is also a different noun joined by and. What do I write over here? Why is refer to the same idea. Yeah. In the previous examples that we saw with the omission of the referring to one person, right? Here we see referring to the same object, right? Here we see referring to the same idea. Yes. Now tell me about this. The horse and carriage dash waiting outside the mansion.
Ma'am, is it R? Because they're two different objects.
They are two different objects, but tell me, um, horse and carriage, we actually call it horse drawn carriage. It's not that the horse is waiting separately and the carriage is waiting separately. The horse drawn carriage. Okay. Therefore, this also is referring to the same object. Okay. Therefore, is waiting outside the mansion. So the carriage, which is drawn by the horse. So the horse and carriage or horse-drawn carriage is waiting outside. Instead of using the word drawn, I'm using and. But the meaning is same. It refers to one object. Okay. Similarly, time and tide. They over here here again one idea. The same idea. Time and tide. So it will be waits for none. As we know that the verb with an S is the singular verb. Over here it is one idea, single idea, therefore it has to be the singular verb. And here waits is the singular verb. Clear this one? Now shall we move on to the next rule? Yes. Oh. So and one rule is all clear.
Yes,
Now,
ma'am.
the next one. Now let's come to the next slide. Whenever the sentence is and the two nouns, we use or. Okay. Always we use singular verb. Okay. Remember this. Always. Clear? So whenever we have or, we always use a singular verb. Okay. Or nor. Both of these. We always use a singular verb. Now when I come to either of the boys dash made the mistake. Okay. Another sentence. Each of the boys dash one participate Okay. Everyone in the class. Last one. Okay. Do this. These four stages. That. Could you tell me the first one?
Either of the boys have made the mistake.
Have.
Hmm.
Okay. The next one. Have. Next one, Kushi. Everyone in the class.
No, everyone in the class are ours.
Next. Have. All these are wrong. These all are wrong. All these 42. No. Okay, now let's see. Whenever we use the word either, each, every, one, neither, it all refers to us, each and every one, singling out everyone. Okay, so either of the boys, or if I say one of the boys, it has the same meaning. Okay, there are many boys. Out of those many boys, only one of those. Either of the boys. It means any one of the boys. Okay, each of the boys also means one of the boys. One out of so many boys present. Okay, every one, each one individual. The meaning, the sense is everyone. That means each one, singling out the crowd. Clear? So whenever I say everyone, it should be is shouting. Clear? One of the boys or either of the boys has made the mistake. Here also, neither of the boys has made the mistake. Here also, each of the boys has got to participate. Am I clear? This is a very, very important one. I know in the class I have heard most of the children, they say everyone are shouting in the class, which is a very wrong sentence. The moment we say each, every, either, only neither, only either is used, right? I'll give you another type of sentence after this, which is a combination of either or neither not. There the rule is different. Okay, now only either, only neither, each one, everyone. Each means one. Okay, either one of the many boys, each of the boys, everyone. These all the meanings that come out is each one, singling out. Okay, therefore it will always be followed by a singular verb. Am I clear? This
Yes,
is clear. Now let us look at the combination sentences. Okay, we have done or, we have done nor, we have done either, we have done neither separately. Now we will see the combination type of sentences. Either Or write down these two sentences. Done. Okay. Tell me, what have you written in the answers? Now, what are the difference between these two sentences?
The subject closer to the verb. In the first sentence, it is plural, and the second one, Rahul, singular.
Okay. Now, what is the difference over here? Here, I have put Rahul before and then his friends. Here, the friends, the plural subject, I mean, the plural noun I have kept in front and then I have kept the singular noun. Okay. Now, always remember the verb will take the noun which is closest to it. Okay. Whenever it is a either or sentence or neither nor sentence, either or neither nor. They follow the same rule. Okay, so either Rahul or his friends, then what would be the answer here? Have done the work. Either the friends or Rahul.
Has.
Okay, Rahul is singular. That is closest to this. The has is a singular verb. The auxiliary verb. Friends is plural. Therefore, this is also plural. This is the closest. Okay, this is clear. Either or, neither or combination sentence. Clear? Now let us move on to other combination sentence. That is when now let us come to this when the the teacher as well as students that attend the assembly. The students attend the assembly. Okay, now tell me what would be the answer to these two? So in the first sentence, what did I do? Both the sentences, I think, I just changed the position of the two nouns, right? Yeah. So here I have placed the teacher, which is a singular noun, in front, then as well as, and then I have used the plural noun, and then the dash, right? Over here, the students, the plural noun is first, then as well as, and then the singular noun, and then the dash. Okay. Remember, whenever the sentences are joined by as well as, besides, with, together with, and along with, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 5 words, as well as, besides, with, together with, along with. Then the verb, the dash, takes the subject or the noun which is farthest from it. Clear? It is just the opposite of either or, neither nor combination sentences. In either or, neither nor, it took the closest one. Here, it takes the farthest one. Okay, why? Because the focus is on the first noun, the teacher. Here's the students. We have to just ignore what is after it. The teacher dash is going to attend the seminar. So we just have to ignore the next part whenever we see as well as. Because the focus, the importance is more on the first subject. Okay, the teacher along with whom is not that much of importance. The teacher is going. That is more important. Okay, so whenever we have as well as or besides, the teacher besides the students is attending. So that part who is along with her is not that important. The main focus is on the first subject. Okay, so here what am I supposed to write? Is going, correct? And in the second one, what am I going to write? Are going. Understood? Write down these four. I think in your book only come to page number 3. They come to page number 3. Could you see along with as well as? Did you find out page number 3?
Yes, ma'am.
Besides, did you get it? Add this. Add as well as is there. Besides is there. Along with is there. Add only with and also together with. These two are not given. Add these two. Okay, none. Now let us come to the next one. That is now there are some nouns, which they end with an S, but they are actually singular in number. For example, if I say measles, did I write the correct spelling? Just check. Measles. Did I write the correct spelling? SNES, correct. Measles. Then statistics. Economics. Economics. Okay. Measles is a disease. Right? Statistics is denoting the true picture. Or statistics, if I say this, dash the true picture. What do I write over here? Yes. And what about this statistics? I'll give you two options, denote or denotes.
Denotes.
Denotes. Because denotes is the singular verb. So statistics is the name of the thing, you know, where you draw the chart, the bar graph and the pie chart and all those, right? So these, though they end with an S, but these are actually singular. Mathematics, it's referring to one subject, right? Then there are names of some books, like Gulliver's Travels is one of my favorite books, right? Now another thing, one of my, what do I say? Favorite or favorites? Though this doesn't come, but you should know. If I say Gulliver's Travels is one of my favorite, favorite is fine. Favorite book or books? You remember just before this I had told you one of the dash, you know, I'll give a choice, boy or boys is shouting. This is important, you know, for you to know the correct English. Though this will not come. With the nouns, it doesn't come, it comes usually with the verb. But one of, when I say one of my favorite book or books, one of the boy or boys is shouting. What would be the answer?
Books.
Okay. Why? Just now I told you one out of many boys. One out of many books. Okay, that's the idea. But after this will be the singular verb. Why? Because I'm talking about any one out of many is shouting. Clear? Here it will be in the plural form, not this. Right? But because it is one out of many boys is shouting. Am I clear? Okay, remember this. This is very, very important because students go wrong here. Okay. So you would say one of my favorite movies. So and so movie is one of my favorites. Okay, we should not say one of my favorite. One of my favorite movies. Correct? Fine. Okay. Now, if I say, look at the word police. Is this police is a singular noun or a plural noun? Both. No, there's only one answer. Yes. Always remember, if only the word police is used, it is always plural. The police are patrolling. Okay, with police, I always should use are. I will never say is. If I want to change it into singular, then what do I say? I say policeman. Okay. I have another word, plural of it, policeman. Right? But only the word police always refers to, always remember this. Okay, clear? Now let us come to some other words. There are some nouns just like police, which always have a plural form. Okay. For example, spectacles. Okay. Tongs. Tweezers. Trousers. Pants. Shoes. Socks. Glasses. Glasses over here means, the specs, the glasses. Goggles. Shades. What about hair? Hair comes as that's a different thing. I'll come to that. That is uncountable noun. Okay, uncountable noun is after this. Okay, now these words, always, scissors. I forgot scissors, very, very important. Okay, never use the word scissor. Always only scissors. These are the words that always happen or so these are the words which always occur as plural number. Okay, clear? So why? Because there are two parts of the scissors, right? So scissors, spectacles, we have two parts. Shoes, also two, right? Socks also happen in pairs. Similarly, tweezers, trousers, pants, glasses, shades, goggles, all refer to these, right? Okay, so all these which occur in pairs are always in plural number. Therefore, it should always be followed by a plural verb. Am I clear? Okay, but if I want to change these into singular, that also I can do. How do I do it? A pair of shoes. Okay, right? A pair of socks, right? By doing that, I am changing the plural into a singular number. If I say a pair of shoes, then I have to use a singular verb. But if I say only shoes, then it has to be with plural verb. Am I clear? The same rule for all these words. Okay? A pair of specs, a pair of tongs, a pair of scissors. Okay? A pair of scissors is lying on the table, but only scissors are lying on the table. Okay, clear? This rule is clear. Now let us come to the next one, which you told me. Now she has told me something. Example. She has given me the example of hair. Now there are some words. Then we have water. We have rice. We have some other things, milk. Okay. Now these are some words which are called. These are called as uncountable nouns. Now, what do we mean by uncountable nouns? Which cannot be counted in number. I cannot say one milk. I cannot say one rice. I cannot say one water. I had one water. We cannot say that. I can say I had one glass of water. I can say one grain of rice, right? Like this. But we cannot use one or number it. We cannot measure it with number. I mean, we cannot number it, but we can measure it in quantity. Yes, so those type of words are called as uncountable nouns. Those type of nouns, and they are always followed by a singular verb. This is very, very important. Always singular. Okay. We will take a short break of 5 minutes. Okay. And we'll come back after 5 minutes. Okay. Just take a break. You can leave, or you can rejoin, or you can, switch off the camera, whatever you prefer. If you want to take a stroll and come, you can.